We're learning more about the suspect charged with stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death. Bryan Kohberger appeared in an Idaho court yesterday. He has not entered a plea yet. According to an affidavit unsealed Thursday, DNA was found at the crime scene on a knife sheathed near one of the victims. Investigators also detail a chilling interview with the surviving roommate. She said she heard crying inside the house the night of the murders, and she saw a man dressed in black clothing and wearing a mask walk past her bedroom. For this week's 48 Hours, correspondent Peter Van Sant spoke to Kohberger's friends and colleagues.
Before his arrest, Bryan Kohberger was studying for a PhD in criminology and was a teaching assistant in the Department of Criminal Justice at Washington State University, roughly 8 miles from the scene of the crimes. Benjamin Roberts took 4 classes with Kohberger and thought he was highly intelligent.
He seemed very comfortable around other people. He was fairly quick to offer his opinion and thoughts.
This is out of character for Bryan, these allegations.
Monroe County Public Defender Jason Labar represented Kohberger at his extradition hearing and has spent time with his parents and 2 older sisters.
The family want the general public to know that Bryan is a caring son and brother.
Kohberger and his sisters grew up in a small town in the Pocono Mountains. His father was a maintenance worker and his mother worked in the school system.
Bryan was really funny. He wasn't outgoing at all. But he also wasn't shy.
Bree, who asked us not to use her last name, says she met Kohberger in high school when he was an average student with only a few close friends. In his yearbook photo, the caption says Kohberger aspired to be an Army Ranger.
However, he was an overweight kid, so he did get bullied a lot.
But all that changed, says friend Casey Arntz, when in his senior year, Kohberger lost about 100 pounds.
It was after that weight loss that a lot of people noticed a huge switch in him. My brother has since come out to say that even though they were friends, Bryan bullied him. He would put him in like chokeholds and stuff like that.
Bree claims that's also when Kohberger started using heroin.
You just saw him becoming more self-destructive.
Casey says she last saw Kohberger in 2017, when it appeared that he was sober and focused on his new passion, criminology. Bree says many are now left wondering.
Where did it go wrong? What happened?
Peter Van Sant joins us now from outside the courthouse in Moscow, Idaho. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing?
Hey, Nate. I'm doing all right.
So Kohberger's interest in criminology makes this case stand out, but we are now hearing that he once applied for an internship at a police department. What more can you tell us about that?
Well, in the fall of 2022, Kohberger applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department, which is about 8-9 miles from where these grisly murders occurred. And some people here are now wondering, was he studying the law to one day help prevent crime, or was he trying to come up with the perfect crime? And keep in mind that I interviewed one of the fathers of these 4 kids who was convinced that this was a meticulously planned murder and not an act of passion.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I'm looking forward to your report. And you can see Peter's report, The Idaho Student Murders, on 48 Hours tomorrow night at 10/9 Central, right here on CBS and streaming on our service, Paramount Plus.